Hello and welcome to a new edition of Sensational South. I'm Harish Upadhyay. Over the next 30 minutes, we bring you all the major news and newsmakers from across South India. Our top story today comes from Karnataka, where the Congress and the BJP are in a fierce battle over the PayCM posters. The posters put up across Bengaluru and other parts of Karnataka have Chief Minister Bommai's face in the middle of a QR code with a tagline saying 40% accepted here. The BJP is not taking it lying down and has launched a counter-offensive. Here's my report.
Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai's photos on a QR code with the tagline PayCM. The Congress Party's 40% Sarkar campaign against the Bommai government has escalated. Defying the Bengaluru police, the usually warring Congress leaders Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar got together to paste the controversial posters.
There you see Mr. Siddaramaiah, Mr. DK Shivkumar and others pasting that PayCM poster. The Chief Minister has already called it an evil design. The Congress maintaining that they will take this campaign from social media in Bengaluru to other parts of the state. They'll take it to taluk level, they'll take it to district headquarters as well.
The campaign follows allegations that the ruling BJP extracts 40% commission from builders and contractors.
This is a campaign by the Congress party against this 40% corruption government.
Posters of Bommai on the QR code with the message 40% accepted here surfaced across Bengaluru this week.
I have challenged them to come out with the proofs. We will certainly inquire. And during their regime, there are 101 scandals. Some of them are going to be inquired.
The BJP hit back with a counter-campaign. The party's supporters flooded social media with posters of alleged scams during Siddaramaiah's tenure as Chief Minister and claimed that PayCM means pay commission to Madam, a reference to Sonia Gandhi. BJP also played the Lingayat card. Another lot of Bommai posters claimed the CM was being targeted by Congress because he's a Lingayat, one of the most politically significant communities in Karnataka. While Congress upped the ante, JDS didn't want to miss out on an opportunity to target the Bommai government.
Today we will continue the protest. This is not 40%, now it is 100% percentage government.
Has the Congress managed to turn the tables on the BJP? And can it keep the issue alive till assembly elections in Karnataka next year?
Well, the BJP seems to be cornered. How will it hit back? And will the Congress sustain this campaign is the question. Joining us today, Aishwarya Madhav of the Congress Party, Mr. Suresh from the BJP, Mr. Ramkrishna Upadhyay, senior journalist from Karnataka. I'll come to you, Mr. Upadhyay, first. Is this the most effective campaign that the Congress has done in the recent past? And do you believe the BJP is now cornered?
Well, at the outset, I must say, this PayCM campaign is a brilliant and cunning idea, which has put the Chief Minister Bommai and the BJP on the map. Definitely it is so. It's a very smart, I think, copywriter who's done this. But for a political party to indulge in this, I think it's a bit stretching it too much. Because it can easily boomerang on them. Because, see, they're not any knights in shining armor. They've all been exposed before. From Devaraj arrest to Siddaramaiah government itself, we have seen so many corruption cases. So that being the case, for them to, just point out that, Bommai is a corrupt, running a corrupt government and it takes 40% commission in every deal that is done. I think it's stretching a little bit too far. So we have to see how,
Okay.
Everybody knows that, those sitting in glass houses shouldn't be throwing stones. But that is exactly what is happening now.
Okay. Aishwarya Madhav, do you believe it might boomerang? You already see the BJP putting out posters saying that Mr. Bommai is being targeted because he's a Lingayat.
Good evening, Harish. I think first and foremost, none of this is going to boomerang. And it's very astonishing and surprising that the BJP has expended so much effort and time into trying to dismiss this idea of 40% rather than actually investigating all the sort of allegations that have come forth, all the sort of reports, the letters written to the Prime Minister. And it shows you that the BJP is just scared. They don't want to take any serious action, to be very honest. They'd rather just play the PR ploy. And if they think it's going to boomerang, I think absolutely not. if the BJP, they call themselves a party with a difference, if they had actually believed in that, then they should have investigated what the Congress has done. They said we'll have everybody behind bars when we come to power in 2014. We know what the reality is, Harish. Today, the people of Karnataka are sick and tired of the BJP and their corruption. The Congress is mounting an offensive. We are not going to relent. This is just the beginning. This is just literally the starting
Okay.
salvos and the ammunition we're putting out. Going forward, you're going to see
Okay.
more.
The other aspect that we've seen is the BJP, especially Mr. Madhuswamy, the law minister, went on the floor of the House saying that perhaps it's time to look at a law that stops people from mocking constitutional heads, whether the chief minister, whether the governor or speaker or others. Mr. Ramakrishna Upadhyay, do you believe that's required? Won't it infringe on someone's freedom of speech? We've had a rich legacy of cartoonists criticizing the governments. We've had Hiranya's dramas and plays criticizing the government. Do we need a law now? Have we reached that stage?
I don't think so. I mean, that is stretching things too far. Just because of this campaign, you cannot make a law saying that, the governors and CMs and others cannot be criticized. Then what about ministers? Then what about MLAs? What about MLCs? They all also want the protection from any kind of criticism. So that is not something that can be, advocated in democracy. In democracy, there are means by which you can fight this. You can file a defamation case. You can take the person to court. I mean, all these things are there. So I don't think a law is required to protect them. After all, it is their personality which has to protect them. And if they've done something wrong, it has to be brought to the notice of the public.
Okay, I'll go back to Mr. Suresh. Mr. Suresh, why is the BJP talking about a different legislation to stop mocking of constitutional heads? And also, if the government is constantly talking about corruption during Siddaramaya's regime, why are we not seeing any investigation happening?
Of course, there are investigations happening, Harish. If you look at the kind of, negative, display of politics that is done by the Congress today, they have stooped to an all-time low level. Putting the poster of a democratically elected chief minister and making an absolutely baseless allegation. Have you seen till today a single written complaint filed in the Lokayukta or in the court against any of the BJP leaders or ministers? Have you seen any document released by D.K. Shivkumar, Siddaramaiah or any of them saying in this department, in this particular minister has taken this much of bribe? Any documentary evidence released so far? What they are doing is totally despicable. And if you look at Congress in the last 8 to 10 years, very, very clearly you will see that they have lost 90% of the elections, Harish. The last nail in the coffin of the Congress will be hit in Karnataka. You mark this word.
Mr. Suresh, just before the session started, you had the energy minister, Mr. Sunil Kumar, saying that power purchase agreements, especially during D.K. Shivkumar's regime as the energy minister, they would in a way investigate it or at least get a legal opinion on it. But we haven't seen anything. The entire 10-day session is over, but we haven't seen a counter-offensive from the BJP yet.
We have released a dossier firstly. We have listed down all the scams. There are 52 cases pending against Siddaramaiah, and a lot of these are court-monitored probes. If you look at D.K. Shivkumar and the kind of investigation that is going on, of course, on one hand you ask, Harish, why you are not investigating? When somebody like D.K. Shivkumar is being thoroughly investigated, they cry political victimhood. So you can't have it both ways. D.K. Shivkumar also is facing inquiry and he is out on bail right now. The National Herald case, look at all these leaders, Harish, look at their background. Every single person is facing a serious corruption charge, they're out on bail. What naitikata they have, what moral stature they have to come and make accusations like
Aishwarya Mahadev, people of the state want to know if the Congress believes that there is corruption, would they just protest inside the assembly and outside the assembly? Would the Congress also approach Lokayukta or the Karnataka High Court now that the Lokayukta is functioning thanks to the Karnataka High Court?
You know, Harish, a few rebuttals. First of all, he talks about how can you speak about a democratically elected head of a state like that. Let me remind you that it was the Prime Minister Modi himself, who's from your glorified party, who spoke about Mr. Sidramaya, who is a democratically elected head of another state. And we remember what percentage, what sort of speeches he was making. So you are nobody to sit and give us lectures about this one. Second thing, has anybody made allegations? Has anybody reported? Yes, the last time somebody tried to talk about it publicly, they ended up committing suicide. You might dismiss the Congress's claims, you might say anything that you want, sir, but when the common man on the street, from your KPTCL to your PSI to gunny sacks to eggs to shoes to school textbooks to basically medicine dispensaries, you're seeing corruption in every walk of life. And it is rich in rank irony for you to sit and talk about any of my leadership when we know the way that you use institutions. What is Mr. Yediyurappa, sir? What are the Reddy
Okay.
brothers, sir? What is Krishnaya Chetty, sir? What is Katta Subramania Naidu, sir? Please do not even sit and try to preach
Okay.
about the fact that you had it about any of my leadership. Your entire chief minister, you had three
Okay.
chief minister. Your chief minister went to jail also. So
We are running
please,
out of time.
do
I'll,
not.
I'll, I'll let Mr. Ramakrishna Upadhyay have the final word. Sir, do you believe that
No,
now
just
we
a
have a
quick
stage
reaction,
set
Harish.
for 2023 election? Do you believe that this can be sustained?
You see, it was Harish. It was hilarious to see, DK Shivkumar enthusiastically pasting the posters yesterday in the city. I mean, he could as well be doing it for himself, saying that pay me instead of CM, pay
Sorry,
me.
sir.
You
No,
know?
no, no,
I mean,
no,
that's
no.
the kind of man.
You do
He
not
has
talk
the kind
like
of a
that.
record
Sir,
which ED and
I'm
CBI are
sorry, tell me
investigating,
where.
and everybody knows
Sir,
the kind
as
of
a
corruption that he has
political
indulged in.
analyst, you
And
should
that
be a
being the
little more
case, this man
responsible.
goes around, saying that pay CM. And
Harish,
what kind of a hilarious
honestly,
Okay.
scenario is this?
I'm
So,
sorry,
Okay.
I'm
Mr.
done. No, you
Siddaramaiah
do not
claims
talk
that
about
there
my
was no
leadership.
corruption under his
This is
government.
absolute
We
Okay.
know,
rubbish.
we know that
Aishwarya, quick
544
rebuttal
I'm
before
sorry,
acres of
sir.
I,
land,
This is
I conclude the
absolute
debate.
rubbish. If you want to be a
544
political
acres.
analyst,
Harish,
no, if you want to
during
make
Siddaramaia's
impartial
period,
political
during
analysis, you
Siddaramaia's
can.
period,
To see
544 acres of
Okay.
Arkavati land was denotified.
anybody's
And
image
this was given to the Lokayukta,
Okay.
and
is
but
absolute,
Siddaramaiah just
especially if
buried
you hold
it.
a
Just
responsible
buried
position.
it.
And
And
yes,
then,
he will face
Okay.
posters. How does
Unfortunately,
it
we
not
are.
do?
PCP. People
Absolute
don't
rubbish,
remember those.
Harish.
People definitely remember the Hablot
Okay.
watches.
Unfortunately, we are running out of time. It's a debate that needs much more time. We'll see this happening over the next few weeks and heading into the election. Thank you, Aishwarya Mahadev, Mr. Suresh, and Mr. Ramakrishna Upadhyay. Well, that is the PayCM poster, which is likely to continue here in Karnataka. But it's time to look at all the other major stories making news here down south.